He's Rich Eisen, host of NFL Game Day Morning and the Rich Eisen Show on DirecTV's Audience Network that follows our show, Channel 239. Rich joins us from Houston, Texas, as they got the game tonight as the Texans and the Colts collide. Rich, how are you, buddy?
Houston, hello.
Hello. Where do you weigh in on that poll question?
Give it to me again, Dan, please.
You can have the best defensive lineman, best cornerback, or best wide receiver to start your team.
I'll go best defensive lineman.
All right, I'm right there with you. If I said J.J. Watt or Richard Sherman to start your team.
J.J. Watt. I'd go with J.J. Watt.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, you could just see game number one of the season. They just, the Packers just put, I think they put Jarrett Boykin on Richard Sherman and just said, okay, we're just going to take Jordy Nelson and go at your weakest guy. You can always have matchups, but defensive linemen, as the Texans are proving with J.J. Watt, they can put him wherever they darn please, and he is nasty. And both starting guards for the Colts are out tonight. So I would expect to see him in the interior portion of the line a handful of times this evening. And it's amazing that the Texans are 3-2 without their number one overall draft pick for much of the season. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney went down in the second quarter of game number one, and here we are in game 6. He's still not back.
If we could redraft,
yes,
who would the Texans take?
I think they'd still take Clowney.
Over Bortles?
Yes.
Because I wonder if Ryan Mallett, I assume Ryan Mallett is going to be the starting quarterback for the Texans at some point during this season.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. What for injury or ineffectualness?
I'm not sure. There's just that feeling of how far are you going to go, and there's always the unknown with Ryan Mallett, who we haven't seen since his Arkansas days. But I'm wondering.
I don't know if the reason why they lost in Dallas is because of Fitzpatrick. I mean, it's possible they could have put a little bit more points on the board, but Arian Foster looked stupendous. He looked awesome. He looked like the 2012 Arian Foster. And if he can do that, and Fitzpatrick can just find DeAndre Hopkins as much as he has and get Andre Johnson involved a little bit more, maybe, I don't know if Ryan Mallett could do a better job of that. It's possible. I don't know, but listen, we just bring it full circle on your poll question here. This is a passing league. This is a quarterback-driven league. The fact that the Jets got shut out last week is astounding. Anybody getting shut out in the NFL in this day and age. So you've got to go hunt the quarterback, and if you could put a guy like Clowney on the same line as Watt, and you've got a guy like Andrew Luck who's winging it around as much as he is in your division, then that's what you have to do.
He's Rich Eisen joining us from Houston. Dan Patrick Show. So tonight's game, I'm not sure how good the Texans are. I've always thought, and I even said this to Tony Dungy, I thought Andrew Luck was more valuable to his team last year than Peyton Manning was. Because I didn't think the Colts were a very good team.
Yeah, you said that on show 1.
Yeah.
Appearance 1, pointing out how Reggie Wayne was out and
no running game.
Yeah, no running game of any sort. Ahmad Bradshaw was injured for much of the season, and Trent Richardson was 3 inches in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
So, and they won a playoff game. That's my question, too, because at least in that they had Robert Mathis.
Yeah,
and
they don't have him now.
No, that's my question is how the Colts are defensively. And you saw week 1, Peyton Manning had his way. So if you're going to go up against a team that's putting up a ton of points, what's going to happen? Now, the Texans, I don't think, are that team, but the history of Luck, certainly on Thursday night, has been falling in a hole right away, falling 2 touchdowns down, and he comes back and wins. And I've already warned our CBS colleagues, don't if it's a 2-touchdown deficit in the first quarter, let's not go, here we go again with this game, which has been blowouts the last 3 weeks. I think we're going to get a competitive game tonight. And the Thursday night schedule moving forward improves greatly.
But, okay, I got to ask you, it seemed like you were defensive about Thursday night with the blowouts, and I saw something that said you were saying to colleagues who don't carry the Thursday night game that you're just jealous because you...
I didn't know.
No, okay, I'm asking. I'm just clarifying.
No.
You seem very sensitive.
I didn't say you're jealous.
Okay.
I tweeted, and this is great that you're very social media conscious, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
No, first of all, you're not on Twitter, right?
My boys are.
Your boys are.
Yeah.
Now you're referring to the Danettes, correct?
Yes. I some things I have to hold private, so I don't share.
No, but there are some
everything.
people, like for instance, my wife Susie. She does not have a Twitter handle, but she's a looky-loo. She's out there. She's reading timelines. She's on Twitter, but she's not tweeting anything out herself.
Okay.
Are you at least on Twitter looking at timelines, or you're not?
No.
Okay.
No. When I'm told to look, or I could be, Rich, I don't know.
Oh, you're so coy. You're so coy.
Yes.
But what I did tweet, because there are a lot of our colleagues who are taking shots.
Who?
I'm not. They know who they are.
I don't.
Well, get on Twitter.
Paulie, get on Twitter and find out who took a shot at Rich Eisen and the NFL
Take a
Network.
shot at me. They're just pointing out the uncompetitive nature. Some of them you could even read in between the lines that they're enjoying it a little bit. And bottom line is, if their networks had it, they wouldn't be sending out those tweets, guaranteed. And every network tried for this. Every single one of them. Every last one of them.
Was Bob Costas taking a shot at you? Is that what you're saying, Rich?
On Twitter?
Yes.
I don't think so. Is
right.
Bob on Twitter? That one I'm sure, because I know he has like a flip phone
Bob still has a flip phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't be on Twitter with a flip phone.
Okay, so it's probably not Bob Costas.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not our friend Bob, no.
Did Kurt Menefee take a shot at you?
I don't know, Dan. That one I don't know. We could keep going down the list here. But nobody took a shot at me.
Okay,
it's not about me.
At the Thursday night games not being competitive.
Yes. Yes, they took a shot at that, yeah.
Okay.
And by the way,
but they haven't been.
It is correct.
Yeah.
It is correct.
So why were
the last 3 games have been brutal.
Why
They've
were
been
you
awful,
sensitive?
Terrible. I'm fully admitting that. But there's, it's somebody that's pointing out all of these things. Not somebody, but a bunch of people who are pointing these out. And I felt like I should sit there and point out the obvious as well. That if their networks had gotten the games, we wouldn't be seeing those tweets from them. That's the truth.
Did Chris Berman take a shot?
What?
Nice games on Thursday.
That is definitely a man who does not tweet either. He doesn't use email.
No, I know. But it seemed like you were a little defensive, but people were accurate in saying, I don't want the Thursday night games. I know NBC went after him, but I don't like the Thursday night games. If we get them, okay, it's great programming.
Yes, it is.
But I don't think it's fair to the players to make them play these games with only a couple of days in between. That's all.
Well, here's the scoop. Okay,
all right.
Is that yes, it is a short week. Yes, there are players for sure. Last week, Bridgewater was a perfect example. If that game was on a Sunday, he'd have a chance to play on Thursday. He didn't. Mm-hmm. One of the guards tonight of the Colts, maybe if it was Sunday, he'd have a chance to play. Mewhort's the other one who's been out a couple weeks. So, yes, that happens. But on the back end, there's a mini bye. The players really like that. They have an extra week and a half. They have an extra half a week on the back end of it.
And have a bye
you can also
before.
Turn your season around really quickly,
Rich,
man.
have a bye before you play on a Thursday night.
I'd love that.
Instead of a longer week after.
And then you extend the regular season into January, which extends the playoffs into February, which I know there have been some executives in the NFL who have posited putting the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend.
Oh, wait a minute. The I-Team has the investigation here.
Now, we go to the newsroom for an I-Team investigation.
The motto of our news team is...
We don't break news. We sprain it.
Let's go to the newsroom. Paulie?
Dan, Rich Eisen salty at some other NFL commentators who took shots at Thursday Night Football. Mm-hmm. The I-Team has the answer. Last week, Trey Wingo, popular host of NFL Live on ESPN, Dan, quote, Thursday night, this is from Trey Wingo's Twitter account, quote, Thursday Night Football, it makes Nixon versus McGovern look competitive. Back to you.
Wow.
Story wrapped.
I did not see Hal 3 Sticks' tweet.
So
there's just another example, though.
You didn't see it.
I didn't see that one.
Did you hear it?
So the I-Team definitely uncovered one, but that one I did not see. But it's a perfect example. Throw that into the mix.
Doesn't this go back?
Throw that into the mix.
What, Paulie?
Trey just unloads on Thursday Night Football. He said, reminder, average margin of victory, 28.3 on Thursday Night Football. Adam Kaplan.
He's at the mothership too, isn't he?
Adam Kaplan took shots.
Now you tell me, Dan.
Yeah.
You tell me. If the worldwide leader.
Oh, they'd be slobbering all over Thursday night.
Oh, please.
Are you kidding me?
What would be? It would be on ABC.
Oh, yeah.
It would be on ABC.
Oh, yeah. They'd take it in a second.
So ABC executives are now paying attention to what's being tweeted.
Could you?
You don't. Come on.
Rich,
you know what I mean?
Could you take Wingo if it came down to it?
Like take him?
Fight
like
him.
physically?
Yes.
He's a bigger dude.
That's not what I'm asking.
What are you? Like what sort of?
He's buttery soft.
Like Anchorman in the Alley type stuff?
Yes.
Like with a blowtorch and he comes with a pickaxe?
Yes.
I'll take him that
All
way,
right,
yeah.
there you go.
I mean, when you get right down to it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's all.
Now, there is a bone to pick I have here with you, Dan, and you know what it is.
Okay, let me take a break.
Oh, I've got a meeting at the top of the hour.
Okay, but it's going to be a 3-minute break. I'll come right back.
Oh, I know the wheel now.
Okay, you're right.
I'm very well aware with this.
Okay, so you have a
wheel.
bone to pick with me,
yeah.
And Rich Eisen will do so next on the Dan Patrick Show. I'm going to say that yesterday's show is the best show I've ever seen you do on the Audience Network.
Well, that's the
Top
idea, Dan,
5.
Every show is better than the one the day before.
Top 5 shows you've ever done on the Audience Network.
This is going to be show 4, so I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Include any of my appearances on your program.
All right, so what's the beef?
Well, 2 beefs now, because I didn't bring up this whole Thursday night thing, or you didn't bring it up. Now I didn't bring it up again for Paps to go on Twitter and retweet everybody's bashing of Thursday night football.
Adam Schefter took a shot.
This is not the point, is to bring all this stuff up again. We're going to have a competitive game tonight. Then there's Jets and Patriots, which will be fun. And then you got the Chargers-Broncos. That all lurks Thursday night coming up. My beef with you, sir,
okay,
is I said the word Dan Patrick on CBS.
Yes.
You reciprocated by saying only my first name.
Yes.
That's weak sauce.
But everybody knows who you are.
Not at all.
It's like Prince,
remotely a payoff.
Madonna, Sting, Rich.
Yeah, that's just, as you know,
Rihanna.
Weak. It gets
Beck.
weaker with each word uttering currently happening. It's weaker. Man, what happened?
You know, it's
you
amazing.
Couldn't go Rich Eisen on NBC?
But no, I couldn't.
Why?
Because I actually forgot about it until late in the Bronco highlight, and then I just go, that no matter what I do now, it's not going to be good enough.
Right now, right?
It was weak sauce.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's all I'm looking for, is it was weak sauce.
And you know what's amazing is Adam Schefter and Trey Wingo criticized me on Twitter for not mentioning your name on Football Night in America.
Yeah, as much as you try to twist it back to something else, Dan. This aggression just cannot stand. That's it.
I am going to mention you and your wife and your 3 children this Sunday night.
I don't know how. Now I don't know if it's the same anymore, Dan.
No. It was. I did not deliver.
Okay.
I am going to yell out Xander for your son
on Sunday.
I think I'm going to go Xander.
Well, I can't. He loves watching Uncle Dan on Sundays. As you know.
Well, then let's not build it up. I may try to sneak in your son's name.
Yeah, but then Coop's going to be like, "What's up?"
Oh God! And then your daughter, then Taylor, and then your daughter.
You said my name last week, Dan. We could just lay this thing to rest.
What's your dog's name?
Hudson.
Okay, maybe Hudson. then nobody's going to be upset.
And then you have to remind everybody to help control the pet population. And have your pet stay to do.
Yeah, I'll get Bob Barker in there too.
Yeah, just do it all, Dan.
All right, I know you have to go. You got a big meeting, top of the hour,
and then the Rich Eisen show right after yours. Chris Collinsworth, Julian Edelman, Michael Irvin from Houston. I'll be right outside the stadium for all 3 hours.
Awesome.
That's right after the Dan Patrick show.
We'll be watching.
Thanks, DP.
He's Rich Eisen.